Turning back to our top story, the New York City Football Club will soon have a permanent home in the five boroughs. City officials today announced a deal that will bring a 25,000-seat stadium to the Willets Point neighborhood of Queens, right across the street from Citi Field. The soccer stadium will be the centerpiece of a massive project that includes 2,500 units of affordable housing, a 250-room hotel, and retail space. The development would be the largest 100% affordable housing plan in the city in the last 40 years. The soccer club will pay for the entire construction of the stadium, about $780 million, with the stadium expected to open in 2027. Joining me now to talk more about this deal and more is City Council member Francisco Moya, who has long advocated for a soccer stadium in Queens. His district encompasses Willets Point, as well as the surrounding neighborhoods of East Elmhurst, Jackson Heights, and Corona. Welcome back to the program. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you have been one of the biggest boosters of this stadium project, dating back 12 or years more, even before there was a Major League Soccer franchise.
And the dream was always to have an actual soccer stadium where, one day I'd be able to be on that pitch and be playing for like my hometown club. And when I knew that there was going to be an expansion through Major League Soccer, I had reached out to the commissioner, Don Garber, and told him Queens is a perfect place to build a stadium and bring a professional club here. And that's where it really started. And we saw that administration after administration had tried to really put something at Willets Point. They never found the right combination to get it done. And it's been a lifelong work for me politically to make sure that we bring in the best project here to the neighborhood that I grew up in. This is a historic announcement that we made. The beginning of this project was to make sure that we're putting housing first. When we have 2,500 units of affordable housing that are coming into the borough of Queens in the middle of the housing crisis that the city is facing, we're ensuring that we're doing the right thing for the people of this community. And then having good partners, too, with the New York City Football Club that's come in here to 16,000 union jobs are going to be coming online.
I was going to say the soccer stadium, in a way, I mean, that's the big headline, but that's almost overshadowing the rest of the project. I mean, 2,500 affordable apartments is a huge number. And there are no market rate apartments, right? It's all affordable. How did you get the developers to agree to that?
Look, because I think I'm a hard negotiator, but I also know that to see something like this happen, we have to get good people to the table and be reasonable here. And I think there's also the partnership with this administration. Mayor Adams has been a very good ally to me throughout this process as we've been negotiating this scene. Different sports entities come in here. They've gotten city bonding. They've gotten a lot of tax breaks here. We did the total opposite here. I wanted to make sure that those broken promises from the past didn't exist in this project. That's why we're building housing first. We're going to get people to work here, unionized jobs, a very historic moment
for the city.
And, I said it during the press conference here. We're actually building
a brand new neighborhood in the city of New York.
Yeah, it's something that's never happened, in my lifetime. And as an elected official and someone who's born a soccer stadium, it's going to bring a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Ellen, the thing about building a new neighborhood in Willets Point, which has really always just been auto shops and junkyards, is that there's
no residents that are given this place around the neighborhood.
Opposition. I mean, I was going to say,
so the process had to go through the letting process, which is only takes 7 months.
But often the biggest hurdle is
the local council member,
who a lot of times has objections to the project. You clearly have
no objections to the project.
But will there be any opposition here? I mean, beyond maybe some of those auto shop owners?
Look, one of the things that is part of the Euler process is the community engagement. And that's the reason why I started the Willets Point Task Force in 2018 with then Borough President Katz. And we brought in stakeholders. I ensured that we were bringing in housing advocates, community board members, the business community, city, state, and federal agencies to come in here to look at what we wanted to build on that site. It took about 6 months, but collectively they had a vision for this, right? Which was
housing the soccer stadium.
And I really engaged up front about how we were going to have this
process go through.
And it's because we wanted to hold
the developers
and all of the the partners that were coming in here accountable from the very beginning. Going to be 220 of that will be for senior housing. We're building a school, 650 seat school there to help the surrounding community where we know that there's a lot of overcrowding that exists there. But look, to me,
This is
where I
like
grew up.
grew up.
As a kid, just very passionate about the sport. We were playing in a field that can overlook the junkyards that were there in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, that one day we'll be able to don the jersey of his hometown club. And I think that's a very exciting moment for a lot of people.
One element that they talk about too much today, State Court and Minister wants to put a casino in the area.
Right now, the state's going through the process of issuing licenses. I know that's a state process,
Right.
but is the site going to be built in a way that would
Coming
accommodate
a casino? Well, it's two separate projects.
So, Willard's Point is separate. The Mets are looking to do right now.
And so the good news is the team is financing the stadium.
Well, the city had to put a lot of infrastructure.
I mean, like you said,
Let's
this is
just put a neighborhood from scratch.
Right. I think some of the city officials today said it could be
$200 million to put in sidewalks and water mains and everything.
So, I mean, this is, first of all, a pretty expensive endeavor and
Could take
years, right? I mean, how soon
7
before we
months.
actually see some of the
Well, look, we've already gone through the first phase of this part, and so we're looking to
How it chose to grow by April.
on the first portion of
The affordable housing covered 100 units. Affordable housing.
Will come in on the first
You
phase
see
of
that?
We'll work the rest out
To the
through
little
Mueller
press. This is going to bring $6 billion in revenue over the next 24 years and 30 years of this project, putting 16,000 people to work automatically on this job.
We've secured
See,
a lot of the headquarters for these teams that are actually
in a
the
little
local
community.
I got to ask you before we go. Eric Adams today said they should name it Francisco Moya Stadium. I guess that would require you.
Pay for the neighborhood.
I'm happy. I'm happy with the mayor's wish, and I'm happy to pay whatever it is to have my name up there. But it's a
Good day for the people of Queens, New York. Good day, City, New York.
All right, City Councilman Francisco Moya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for having me.
All right, we're going to take a break. I will talk more about all of this and more when I'm joined by my politics panel straight ahead. Stay with us.